Good morning, dieharders. Just ready to live free or die hard. I am the Shogun, and this is an episode of Movies I'd Love to Fix. And this time I'm joined by my good friend Six. And in this particular episode, we'll be looking back at Christopher Nolan's closing film in the Dark Knight trilogy. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be looking at The Dark Knight Rises. The, remember that the voice, dude? Like, just okay. The way I know, yeah. Did you laugh when that shit came on?
Not too mad at it. One of the few things.
Yeah. The way the show normally plays out is I list the problems with the movie. Like, oh, these are the things that I didn't like. And then once we've listed them all out, we go into like, okay, and this is how I'd fix the movie. So, starting off, what didn't you like about Dark Knight Rises?
Personally, I'm not too, um, not too harsh on that. But I only have one grievance with it, really, and that's Talia al Ghul.
Yeah. As a character or like her reveal in this story, you know?
I think just as a character and her purpose, yeah, she had a very tentative purpose. She was barely a Bruce, and there was barely any level of double cross, given that he was already, I guess exiled, and even her death is a big kooky. Where the character kind of kicks the bucket.
Yep.
Very funny, but at the same time, of course, it's unintentionally funny because I don't think they were going for comedy.
But the fact that we're able to draw humor from that kind of shows, like, maybe I'll fumble the ball towards the end, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah, just
Yeah.
Talia is definitely a character that been much better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
On my side of the fence, the things I did not like about The Dark Knight Rises, there's a list. Bruce Wayne losing all of his money. Okay, that goes nowhere. Second, it wouldn't happen that fast. Okay, your bank account suddenly hitting zero. The bank doesn't show up the next day repossessing your car and furniture and everything. That's not how that works. Like, just...
Exactly.
Okay, and...
Plus,
yeah.
I mean, sorry to cut you off, but that's actually a very good point. The whole money thing, when introduced, seemed to be such a big. Yet, he's clearly his life post. I would assume his parts that he should be dead, but he's clearly sort of life of leisure with Catwoman in Paris. So he didn't really lose all his money, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It's definitely one of the problems with the movie. Another problem is Joseph Gordon-Levitt's John Blake character. Like, the reveal at the end, at the very fucking end, that you should use your like first name, Robin. It's like, man, what the...
Exactly, it's...
What is this?
And it's just... Here's the thing, right? We did not need the character of Robin as that police chief. The only reason why I think we got him is because you have to link Batman to the cops somehow. You have to Commissioner Gordon somehow, because Robin Robin is linked to Commissioner Gordon. So if you link Bruce, Robin, you link Bruce to Gordon somehow. So yeah, he didn't need to be like a 28 or however old he is. And even with that, right, thinking about the age, how old is anyone? Because this Robin character, mind you, he's an adult man. But he's talking about how when he was Wayne, would it be the foundation, right? Is the foundation. Wayne Foundation.
Yeah.
Wayne Foundation stopped paying for, I guess, the operating costs of the orphanage, because it had to have been just overall operating costs.
Yeah.
Just the money to operate on a day-to-day basis, to buy food, to buy things, amenities, pay for electricity. It stopped, and then of course the orphanage was shut down. But the way he says that is like it happened when he was a kid. But how much time has passed in these? Because how long is Bruce actually back in Gotham for? You know, because there hasn't been a Bruce Wayne. Like any billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne, right up until Bruce comes back from the shadows. So when he would have met this Robin, when Wayne in a person would have started paying for the daily operational cost or monthly or whatever it is, I don't know. Because from what I know, The Dark Knight Rises takes place in like 20. I think it's. Wait, how many years passed from to The Dark Knight Rises?
I don't really know, because it's been like a while. Because like the streets are all cleaned up, like crime is way down. Like the dude, the Blake even like remarks like, when you and Dent cleaned up the streets, you cleaned them up good. Like we're barely doing anything now. So just.
So it says here 8 years.
Okay, 8 years.
So it's a time to become a disheveled man and kind of just become physically unfit. But so that's 8 years between movies. So The Dark Knight is set in 2008, which means that The Dark Knight Rises effectively takes place in 2016. Now, what that means that there's roughly just over a decade since that, I guess, that version of Dick Grayson was cast out. Why even make him that old to begin with?
I don't see it either, man. Like, just, yeah.
I don't get the purpose.
Hell, we could have asked the same question of the original Robin in, Batman Forever, when he debuted in, like, Christopher O'Donnell, back in the, Schumacher movie. Like, he was old, yeah.
Probably is or was Jordan Godzilla Beat's age.
Yeah.
Like, as a Robin, that Robin is 24. Like, that was an adult. You know? But for some reason, that adult man conceded to becoming a superhero Maggie. That's weird, right?
Yep. That's very weird.
An adult man putting on a costume with another grown adult man in agreement of being his sidekick. At your grown age, you're a sidekick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because normally in the comics, when Robin gets that old, that's when he becomes Nightwing, you know? So
Yeah.
to have him already
he's
be
Nightwing.
that old makes no sense.
He's leader of the Teen Titans. You know?
I've always been weirded out, like, wait, which Robin is that? Is that Dick Grayson?
Yeah, it's Dick. Well, the original leader, like the Robin of the Teen Titans. But you know, some generations have him as the leader, of course, following Dick's reign, and then obviously Dick being, I think, the only member who ever joined Titans is probably maybe Tim Drake. Probably the only one who's ever been a Titan.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Right,
'Cause that's why I would always get the two confused. Like, wait, is that Tim Drake or is it Dick Grayson? It's just, yeah. But
Because even in like show, we know that Robin is because we've seen the backstory and we know that it was his parents rather were trapeze as long as well. So that is definitively backstory. But yeah, usually that's what it is.
all right. Moving on from that, another problem I had with this movie was I didn't believe in Anne Hathaway's Selena Kyle. Like, her Catwoman was great, but her Selena Kyle, like, I do not buy the idea that Anne Hathaway is out here living on the streets, you know, pickpocketing fools. You know, just, I don't buy that. But when she's got that dress on and she's at these, like, high society events, like robbing the rich folks, okay, that I believe. That works. Just,
That actually makes sense, and there's ample tidbits and body language.
yeah.
Her act, it sells itself to this Kyle.
The way that she carries herself, like, just when she, like, walks into the room or when she's dancing with Bruce, it's like, yo, she's used to this type of environment because, you know, she normally comes in here to rob these fools or, like, hook up with, like, some city official to get into his house or whatever, you know, just, that makes sense. But you're trying to sell me on the idea that, oh yeah, she was a street kid and she had like a little girl who was her friend who's also a street kid. Like, no, I don't buy this. Just if this,
Lost upon.
dude, it was just lost upon me. Plus, it also doesn't make sense because if Selena Kyle's doing all these like high-paying jobs, cracking safes and stealing jewelry, why is her friend still picking pockets and living in like the slum town or some shit? Like, wouldn't you take her with you? Like,
Wouldn't she be like, you know,
yeah,
her level of theft, grant her a wealth
yeah,
that she would
man.
not have been able to put up the Catwoman lifestyle? Because being Catwoman, firstly, is usually a lifestyle,
Yeah,
not just like an alter ego. Like, she's robbing banks in the middle of the day, you know, the day when regular people should be. In the middle of the day, Bruce Wayne is Bruce Wayne. He's a playboy. Prizes. He has to run other businesses. You know, he has to deal with Batman. He has to, you know, he needs to kind of check on the intel that he had searched for. Like, he's doing many things throughout his day. But Selena is pure. She exists only to steal. And or. So, I understand why she's so broke.
yeah.
But she just is.
Yeah, it doesn't really make much sense. Another thing, I revealed this in an earlier conversation we had, but Gordon sending most of the cops into the sewers, straight into a freaking trap, is dumb.
Not as
Just
when dealing with a person like. So you were literally captured by Bane. Why would you think sending all of your men is a good idea? You're sending him to the same man previously captured before. Yeah. A lot of inconsistent things.
Yep. Just that whole thing, just sending the whole damn force into the sewers. Just and then they get trapped. It's like, huh? Oh no! Like we're trapped in here. Like, okay, first of all, you're in the train tunnels. You are not trapped in there. Just the train has to come out somewhere, right? There are train stations underground. You can leave, you know. Go deeper into the tunnels. Don't just like sit there.
Exactly.
Dude.
So yeah, it's very.
The movie like shows them just sitting there waiting for like food to come down because like Bane delivers them food, which is another dumb thing. Like, why are you delivering them food? Why are you keeping them alive? Let them die. Let them starve. Like, just.
It.
Oh, jeez.
The whole regime is.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Bane's plan does not make sense. Really think about it. Bane's plan does not make sense. I'm gonna blow up a stadium, right? That's like, you know, the grand scheme. I'm gonna blow up a stadium, and then I'm gonna announce to everybody that, yeah, there's a bomb traveling around the city. I got the switch, and one of you has a secondary detonator, you know? And we're all just gonna live like this. We're gonna be cut off from the outside world from now until, you know, whatever. We're just gonna live life. All you poor people rise up and, you know, take your shit back from the rich. That happens way too quickly. That happens way too quickly. Just, you told me all it took was a guy blowing up a stadium and saying, hey, go get rich people, go for people of Gotham to just immediately go chasing people out of hotels and, you know, tearing shit up. That's all it took.
To just cause an insurrection.
Dude.
Right? That's what it's. Because literally, if. And then that's what it takes. Then why couldn't any random people with guns and bombs about the why?
The fucking Joker. It also, that's another thing. Dark Knight Rises undermines the message that the movie The Dark Knight said. It's so like, you know, like Batman was like, you were trying to prove that everybody is as dark on the inside as like you are on the outside, but there's good people out here who like, you know, because the fact that they didn't blow each other up shows that, hey, there is some good out here. But to have these people instantly turn on each other proves that the Joker was right. That in like tough times, these people will turn on each other.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So it's very, very strange indeed.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
the I don't.
The real world. It's definitely. It's something to do. The realism of the. Because it's just too. It's too grounded, and because of that, have these like extravagant. The only way, right? The only way that that level of insurrection could occur is if this is important, is if there were formidable people who could not be stopped by law enforcement.
Yeah.
And the realism of the Nolan movie makes it so that even people in the league are just ordinary people with a little bit of training. But the important thing is that they're ordinary people. Even Bruce Wayne is an ordinary person. but he's the most, or he's the least ordinary in the universe.
Yeah, it shows that, you know, he's a human being. You know, he ages, he gets hurt. You know, he gets like broken bones and shit like that. He doesn't just
Yeah.
bounce back picture in
Yeah.
the films.
Walk again after fall a measly height. Well, a measly height in the Dark Knight. I didn't think his legs would be fucked up for that long, but clearly his fall was a nasty one. But
Yeah.
also, you see, there's a bit of idiocy that I have to subscribe to Bruce, because if you are hurt to a level that mimics a literal man, why are you trading off into the sun in your previous, instead of going to a fucking hospital or call a doctor? Something. God damn it.
I think there's this thing about well, I think it's the Green Hornet of all things kind of covers this question, because in that movie it was a known thing that at the end the Green Hornet got shot. So if this random dude who owns a newspaper turns up at the hospital with a random gunshot wound, they're gonna know that, oh, he's the Green Hornet because he got shot around the same time as this guy. So like Gordon saw Batman fall off and get injured, and if Bruce Wayne checked into a hospital same night with a similar injury, then it's like, hey, wait a minute, you know.
But also, Bruce Wayne, the type of money, and money, it's not just any money, it's fuck you. He has the type of a mini emergency ward in his bed.
Yeah,
like he really does.
Like that
We've seen
Beyonce,
characters
Jay-Z buy out a
like
whole
Richard.
room thing, yeah.
Exactly. We've seen characters part. But then again, I think you look at that movie, and that movie's around. It seems to me that the Night Rises, the Bruce we first met is a Bruce literally done being back. And I think what that happened for him is him not getting treated, because what that would mean, have the potential, like he would be tempted to come back again. So I think he did not restrict surgery and whatnot, and so I think he deliberately did not get any of that done, just to hammer home the Batman. So he's letting his body wait.
Yeah.
Which is why he can't even stand in 8 years' time.
It's certainly, yeah, there's some credence to that. And, man, this movie's got a lot of problems. Shit.
It does.
Dude, it kind of shows to the level that, you know, Nolan, that like how good of a director he is, that, yeah, this movie's got a lot of problems, but I still find ways to enjoy it, you know?
That's the thing, he can make, that's the only redeeming quality, a Nolan movie.
Yep. Another thing, the final fight, you know, when they get all the cops out of the sewers, and they're like on one side of the street, and then on the end of the street, it's all of Bane's goons with their tanks and shit, and they just run at them. Like, you realize you're charging at a tank, right? Like,
Literally.
what the fuck? Like, they didn't know the fucking, you know, Batcopter or whatever would swoop in and blow up the tank. They just ran. Like, what the...
It's a very...
Oh, God, dude.
And again, it speaks to like their apparent bravery to just charge a tank. No, you die. What do you mean?
There's a fine line between brave and stupid. Just...
Yeah.
Uh,
Very.
Ah, jeez. But hey, dude, just okay. So that fight happens, and about this, another issue I have is that Bruce goes away. He gets in that pit. His back is broken. He heals, and he comes back to fight Bane. Like he's rediscovered fear. He's rediscovered what it means to like be Batman, and
Yeah.
he does nothing different. He literally only wins that fight because he got a lucky shot off on Bane's mask. Like, seriously? That's it? That's all it takes?
Yeah.
Just take a couple shots at the dude's mask and he's done? Wow. Weak
And even
sauce.
that,
Yeah.
for such a powerful guy, right? And again, it has to be grounded in our world or something. But he's so formidable, strong, and unstoppable until you punch on apparatus. You would
Yeah.
think the apparatus in this movie it delivered a stream of anesthesia for the constant pain. But it doesn't rate. It's not that well protected.
You'd think it would be harder to break, dude.
Yeah. You would think the most important thing on the body would be the hardest, but it's not. It's the
Yeah.
easiest thing. So, any other random street hoodlum or tough guy would not be able to his breathing apparatus too. And then I guess that would make the person have the upper hand.
Yep. Jeez, like, I mean, not only, did we have, like, Gotham fall into chaos in essentially record time, but, like,
Yeah.
the aftermath of that, everything was just, like, sure, like, the Bane busted the criminals out of jail, but we didn't really see them do anything. They grabbed a bunch of guns, they walked outside, and that's the last we saw of them. And, the rich people were kicked out of their homes, but then nothing came of that. Outside of a few people being exiled by the Scarecrow, who's like a judge now. Like,
Or
okay.
something.
Yeah, like,
I was confused. It was just there because it's like, he just thought, let me just start. I think he's hopeless.
it might be. I mean, we don't.
He's just there, like he's
Like, he
like,
really is just there, dude. Like,
no one. I'm up. He just decided to be there. Oh, judge.
yeah. Because,
He's the real judge.
dude.
And you probably could at this point. You probably could kill a judge
Yeah.
because there's bigger things happening.
Dude, like,
Because people were dying in that looting alone. Like, people were
Yeah.
being grabbed off buildings and hit by cars. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Judge just said, I'm going to just my job now.
yeah. We're just gonna. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, rewatching this movie nowadays, that whole thing of like we're just gonna set up a kangaroo court or whatever, it kind of gave off January 6th vibes when they actually got inside and the one guy yelled, "We're gonna set up our own government right here!" Like, just
Definitely.
yeah. But dude,
Yeah, that's definitely because again, it's like people who think they should be in power, who want to reclaim power, they think it was apparently theirs to begin with.
yeah.
That's the night, and
Yeah. Plus, thing is, you notice how in the original Batman Begins, Scarecrow kind of went out like a bitch. Like, cause everybody was all hopped up on that fear toxin, and he was scary as shit. Riding in on a horse, like spewing flames and whatever. His voice was all distorted, and then at the end, like Rachel just tases him, and he rides off like, oh god, like what the fuck? Like, what the hell? That's like one of Batman's, like, is it a stretch to say greatest villains? Like, I mean,
It's definitely debatable.
yeah. He's.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, that's one of Batman's main rogues. Let's say that. Like, one of Batman's main rogues getting taken out by Rachel. Just. It ain't even Batman who pieces him up. Just. Let that sink in, dude. And in the second one, he's like a drug dealer now. Only he's selling his fear toxin. Like, okay, right away, who would buy that? Who, like,
Who would? Yeah. What?
I don't. Why
You know what? I think Gotham is just so fucked up as a city. I think as much as Gotham, there are also several like Gotham isn't a good. It isn't a good city to be. It isn't. So I think there's a lot of who would definitely buy fear toxin. They definitely use it. But Gotham's just that fuck.
Yeah, just
Like fear toxin is probably like mace. You know what I mean? Like it's a lady and she's like macing some pervy guy and it's fear toxin. And he just sees like goblins and screaming horror. You know, like that's just
yeah. I hate that, the dude he's talking to is like, he's like chastising him. He's like, what the fuck? What's going on? What did you sell me? And he's like, hey, I said my drug would take you places. I didn't say there'd be places you wanted to go. Like, what the
it's all quite funny.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
but I'm sad to say it is pretty realistic though. Just, what else is he gonna do?
Dude.
Damn, we're having a lot of fun just listing problems here. We may not even get around to actually fixing the movie. But like,
But the thing is, man,
yeah.
you see, fixing a movie and there's completely you up. So yeah, it's that's where we find ourselves. That there's so many things wrong, even with like the story and whatnot. But then even with that, like you would have to change so much, that it would essentially.
Yeah, the movie would be unrecognizable then. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's we've ragged on this movie enough. Let's really dive into okay, we've listed the problems now. Let's talk some solutions. Here is how we would have fixed The Dark Knight Rises. Okay, first off, first major thing I would do if I was in charge of rejigging this film. Let's not have Bruce Wayne just be chilling, just like a hermit in his own fucking house, like just some cripple or whatever. Like, nah, don't do that, because it undoes the message of the Dark Knight that he's the outlaw. Like, we make him the bad guy because he can take it. He's gonna continue to be Batman whether we want him to or not. Just yeah.
Like that entire lot, the ending movie dialogue, and it literally holds. Because in the next one, he can't take it.
Yeah.
So what? Can you take it?
Yep.
Very confusing indeed.
So, thing is, okay, Bruce is still Batmaning, but not like he used to, because this stuff is peaceful now. Crime is way, way down. Gotham doesn't need Batman like it used to. He's still basically let's give him the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man thing of I lost the person close to me and I stopped pulling my punches. He's still Batman, but he's a more aggressive Batman.
Which makes sense given this movie's title being Dark Knight.
Yeah.
It, of course, from an incarnation of the character. It pulls from an incarnation who is older, angrier, not decrepit, a but he's more brutal, more. So, having that movie up for that kind of Bruce, because with that, if you that aspect, if you have that Bruce as this kind of version, you have him bulk up, and here's another thing, I would have appreciated because that's the only way that I can accept having an adult Robin complain Bruce, or an adult who never got to be.
Yeah.
But that is dominant. So I would remove that cop from the identity of Dick Grayson. Would potentially add Carrie. What's her name again? Carrie Kelly.
From the Dark Knight movie? That chick? Really?
Some Robin.
Yeah, that works.
Robin.
That works.
But the thing
Because
is,
we're
the
too
reason
far
why-
along to bring in Dick Grayson. So, yeah.
My issue is my version of this movie. It takes place after a quite large time jump. I want to say at least 50. Oh no, it's yeah. So I want to make it at least 50. Put Bruce like in his Dark Knight age, because Bruce is like 55. Like that entire 5 years old. So I would have put us closer, and I would have wanted a bulkier Bruce, who not he's let us off go, but he's gotten bigger because
He's gotten tougher on crime, yeah.
Yeah, so he's bigger because of that, but not to say that he's fat. So the only reason why that is because having any other Robin would be in the 30s and or 40s. You would think in Bruce is like in a 12-year-ish age confusion. So yeah, you can them indeed. You definitely can, but they would be adults, and I don't really want that. I want a seasoned Bruce with a young Robin, make some hope again. Then you take in Bane, and you're not sure about Talia.
Yeah, personally, let's take Talia out of the equation. The story does not need Talia al Ghul. Let's have Bane just be the main baddie for once, not someone's henchman, you know?
Exactly.
All
You
right.
can have Bane people. However, you can have... Okay, how's about that? What if you still have the League, but in this version, the League is, for some reason, not even some reason, but the League is being controlled. Who is that old, but he's still controlled. And a large part of that movie is Damian's ship from being the head of the League, Robin. So maybe that's where Robin, that's kind of where you can start. Because the thing is, Bane, he doesn't have that much man.
Yeah, but that doesn't really work much because Raish is dead. So who's gonna raise up? And then so
How is the rate a talent as one person? I can accept that, but I don't want Talia. I want a continuous partnership. If anything, I would have partners with Damian. Commands to his father. Where you have a companion and you can still have him operate on, since the other villain would have reverted to the good side. So that takes care. You remove Bruce's love. He doesn't need one, does he?
not really. He's still caught up on
Natalia,
Rachel, so yeah.
At the beginning of the movie, is what point. The only thing that's was explain how Bruce, because I'm Talia Diesel through, which again makes no sense. So you also scrap that. He's not broke.
Yeah.
Also scrap that.
Okay, that's something that's definitely gotta go. The Bruce Wayne loses all of his money scene, that's gotta go.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne getting booted out of his company, that also has to go because that goes nowhere. Basically, the John Daggett character, you know that he was Ben Mendelsohn, he was in Captain Marvel, he was Talos, basically. That character has gotta go. That's... Because in the movie, he exists solely to bring Bane into Gotham. Once that's happened, Bane kills him, and that's it. But on the downside, if he's gone, then we don't get the "do you feel in charge" scene. Like, we don't... That's... we could have that scene. We just need to swap Daggett for someone else. Have one of Bruce's many enemies just bring Bane in to, I want you to cause chaos or whatever, and that'll help me take control of Wayne Enterprises, not realizing that this dude is using him, basically. I don't know, just some throwaway dude. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, what did Daggett fall in the original movie?
In the original movie... Yeah, it was money. Daggett basically wanted to take over Wayne Enterprises for money. That was all it was. He just wanted to be the head of the biggest company in town.
Okay, but what did Daggett for?
Bane needed Daggett to, because he wanted to use Daggett's construction crews so he could set up bombs all over the city and trap the cops underground.
Okay.
So in this world, does the... Wait. Do the underground cops getting trapped, does that stay in, or is that too dumb?
Is it important for him to stay?
I mean, a lot of the looting wouldn't happen if the police was still a thing, so...
That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe you still have to. Because I think, you see, I don't mind the looting. Because the looting is very much... It's in brand with Gotham.
Yeah.
It's Gotham. Of course it's... So I would keep that as well as the cops. But you would need a better reason why the cops are down there. Not just trying to find Bane.
Alright. Okay, we can keep the looting. Because that's part of the story. But just take out the whole cops, the entire police force gets trapped underground. What if instead... we have, Bane and his mercenaries, they've snuck their way into Gotham, and they've systematically been, bombing, and instead of blowing random holes into the ground to destroy tunnels, they blow up police stations. Now, what's left of the police force isn't properly equipped to handle the looting and everything. Yeah. So, yeah, it works.
Because what it could is just a thing of Bane hasn't trapped them. He's killed them.
Yeah. And
he's killed them, so that kind of raises more.
Yeah.
And with that, it kind of makes the need for Batman to come back more
even
apparent.
Greater. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
We definitely gotta keep the Bane breaking Batman's back scene. Though, yeah, that fight was pretty good because it showed, hey, the tricks you rely on to take on ordinary criminals aren't gonna work here. I am no ordinary criminal. Because going into that fight... Yeah.
And you get that. Forget that we're cut from the same bug. And he's... has weakened you.
Yeah, that, I actually love that dialogue. It's peace has cost you your strength. That works.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we have Batman taken out of the equation. He winds up back in that pit, has to rediscover fear and so on. Basically rediscover what it means to be Batman. Keep that. That's good, because it happens a lot in characters where, right when you're at your zenith, you get taken down. So, yeah. What?
Okay.
You got something?
Here's it. Can we add in flashbacks?
Yeah.
Just
I mean, the third movie
Well,
did have
versus-
flashbacks. I mean, with Raish in them. So
yeah, like while he's inside the pit, you flash back to maybe Bruce's Robin Day. I don't know. Like to some point.
well, like
Him being.
he used to have a Robin. Like,
I mean, I don't. It depends where we want to leave it.
thing is, because you wanted to bring in that Kelly chick, so I figured like, okay, she's gonna be the Robin, but not just like,
How about? Okay.
yeah,
So we've removed. He's gone, and we've added in young adult Damien. You know, he's not too much of an adult, but we have a flashback. So okay, we don't exactly know who this villain is. We're not sure. We know he has a connection, some connection. It's probably fickle,
yeah,
and we know that he's on some sort of route, right?
dude,
That's heading to.
dude, I got it. Like, you remember in Under the Red Hood, when he was like fighting Red Hood for the first time, and you kept countering all his shit. Like, that
Exactly.
right there would be that first clue. Like, hey, this kid knows you. Like, this random guy knows you somehow. Like, just
Knows you. He knows your moves.
yeah,
The flashbacks in the pic are flashbacks with. That's the only time we see Talia.
yeah,
We'll get there. The flashbacks of Talia and Bruce being together in the past. It culminates like Talia finding out pregnant. Right.
yeah,
Now, what that does for us as the audience is show us, even in the pit, Bruce is doing his mental to figure out who this mysterious villain abilities. He knows of his special kicks, whatever or not, is when he disappears and whatnot. And then he has like an at some point where he realizes that this character who I previously fought, okay, so in this new one, it would fix his back, right? It's not Damien.
I mean, we'd still have Bane break Bruce's back because it's an iconic. It's his thing. It's his defining like thing. So
So he realizes that, and it's that motivation on top of his sense of being Batman that made him want to go back to Gotham.
yeah,
Because he was, again, he could be the man connected. Because Bruce is a man out. He's a man out of hope. He lost love of his life and this and that.
yeah. He
But now
doesn't.
he has a son.
Yeah, he's got a reason to live again. Yeah, it shows that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except, but now see, the thing is, I wanted lost a Robin, but we never saw a Robin. You know, it's kind of too much to add in one minute. Too
yeah.
much to add.
So wait, what if we? I mean, you mentioned like we see Talia in a flashback, but in the original Dark Knight Rises, there was a scene with because there was a subplot with Raish and this princess, and like she took his place in the pit. What if instead of some random princess, like this was Talia? You know, this was Talia, and the kid that she had was Damien. You know, the kid who rose out of the pit instead of being Talia al Ghul was Damien. Would that work?
Because that would make a lot of sense if you potentially, right, include the fact Age would have banished Talia to the pit.
After finding out that she shacked up with Bruce. Yeah.
After finding out he had a kid with his who nearly toppled organizing before his death.
Yeah.
This would have been,
During Batman Begins, basically.
yeah, during or just like, because when Bruce comes back to Gotham, oh man. So, it's not too much would have conceived out in that time before coming back to Gotham. Eventually, of course, he probably wouldn't have known. But through his very solid detective, figured out that this is Chris, even though he never met him.
Yeah.
But I get he's so good a detective, he figures out that has to be done.
Like that, I don't know if you remember Bad Boys for Life, that scene where Lowry figures out that the guy trying to kill him is his own son. He's like, he's crazy like me, he's ruthless like me. Like, just have a scene like that. Yeah, Yeah. Where he just breaks it down himself. He puts together all the clues. Let the world's greatest detective do some detective shit,
Yeah. Can work.
Alright.
You can live writers.
So that's the second act taken care of, right? We got the first, we got the second, we've covered the looting and all that. Where does Catwoman come in? We still have Catwoman.
Okay. Could he build? Okay, but no, wait. So we only keep right? Would we have her pop up? But not to be a villain of interest. To kind of, I don't know, push along and find their son and do right by him or something. Do we include a modern day Talia?
Nah, cause it wouldn't fit because it would answer the question like, where's she been? Like, why didn't you step in earlier? So like, having her die in the pit like that woman did would kind of, because it would serve a double purpose. Because two, it neatly writes her out of the story, and like one, it gives Damian a reason to like hate his dad. Have him come out and be like, because of you, like mom died. Because of you, I had to grow up with the League and shit like that.
This?
Yeah.
How's about a twist in the twist? What if Talia faked her to Damian in the same way that Bruce Batman, right? And she's actually alive and in contact with Bruce lately, not the entire time. And then what that culminates about Selena, you could have a very not but a love triangle where it's Damien versus this who has him like, I guess, love rock. I don't know. But if you have her and you use the rationale of you to be something more better, like your father, you have the resentment towards his mother for making him think that she was gone all these years when she'd been here.
Which gives him a reason to turn to the good side eventually.
Exactly. You have a juxtaposed own, painful and him as a child and whatnot. And you have them now able to, I guess, they're able to, at level, level of nation following the death of one, vowing to become the greatest there is, and you can have them get along on that level. Not even get along, understand each other.
Yeah. That they have that common ground, they both lost someone they cared about, and it's what drove them to become the people they are today.
Yeah, and they're good at it.
Yeah, so... Yeah, alright. Bruce gets back to Gotham, and with the help of Gordon and Fox and, his limitless resources and whatever, And, you know, the aid of Catwoman, they work together to stop Bane and convince Damian to, you know, turn to the good side eventually. Not before they fight, though.
Exactly.
Not before they fight, though. They gotta have, like, that final showdown, so yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, and what you'll find is it ends up pulling from me because it pulls, you know, the Dark Knight, the older Bruce aspect, pulls from Death in the Family,
Yeah.
like the way that Damien is being kind of, you know, alluded to by the big reveal.
Uh-huh.
You know, it pulls from.
In a way, it also pulls from Star Wars, because, you know, you have, like, Damien is essentially Vader, and he's, like, turns to good side at the last minute, so. I mean, no, he's not Vader, he's, Kylo Ren, yeah.
Yeah. Also kind of pulls from Courtofowls, where
Yeah.
thinking that is the best thing for, with Bruce showing him that, like, this is how we do things.
Yeah.
This is how you thrive. So yeah, it definitely. I mean, most good incarnations.
Okay. And throughout the film, like, we'll have, like, these little interspersed moments where Bruce, like, gets with Selina. And, you know, he'll catch her trying to steal some shit, and they'll have a weird bond, kind of like they do in Robert Pattinson's The Batman, you know? And it shows, like, the slightest hint, like, you know, he might have feelings. And it also adds to, okay, I have another thing to, like, fight to get back to, you know? Another thing to fight for, you know, because that's what Alfred wanted for him, like a life beyond this. We keep that scene. That scene where, like, Alfred is, like, pleading with him, like, the city doesn't need, like, Batman, you know, that time has passed. It needs Bruce Wayne, your resources and shit. Because that was genuinely emotional, like, when he told him, like, you know, like, it means, like, you know, watching you do this means losing someone that I've cared for since I heard his cries echo through this house. You know, like, just that scene right there, it perfectly shows the relationship between those two. So we definitely keep that. Yeah, we definitely keep that.
What would we do?
How would we end, though? Because would we keep the bomb?
Would he still? Okay, another important bit we got actually. The side plot. Catwoman is trying to find miraculous MacGuffin, raise her criminal record, higher identity. What do we do with that?
Okay, that didn't really do a whole lot, because, you know, Bruce just had it the whole time. He was like, you know, when he got back, he's like, here, take it. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's that. So,
Then why was it such a fight?
yeah, that plot line sort of wrapped itself up. So, what if instead of Bruce just having the okay, let's keep the fact that Bruce has the thing that erases shit, but once Bane takes control of Gotham, he can't access it, and now it's like, help me take down Bane, and, like, you'll get what you need, because he's got it at, you know, my headquarters or whatever.
Okay.
That works.
My question is, do we
really need that thing, huh?
Good enough. That's reason enough.
Yeah, but then she would also need a reason to pitch in. Outside of just love for Bruce Wayne and Batman, she would need a reason to chime in, yeah.
Make it better for the adding to this. Because Catwoman being a beat was never in service, like, truly, not in whatnot. It was mostly for her own self-interest. But what if you remove and make her a higher? You only make her a person by Bane.
Have her working with Bane?
The thing is, if you're be less heavy. Because balancing all of plus Catwoman's, it's a lot to movies start to break down.
Yeah.
When you carry it.
And this movie already has a lot of stuff in it, so yeah. But we gotta keep
honestly,
Catwoman in there, so.
Yeah, I honestly just have her names, Hyries. Because, okay, wait. Let's figure out one thing.
Yeah.
Did Bane ever have to something? Ever? Dark Knight?
Did he ever
Like
have
the
to what?
movie?
Like, come again? I didn't catch that last bit. Did he ever have to?
Did he ever have to steal?
Did he ever have to steal anything? That guy at the beginning, he like stole him out of an airplane, but like Catwoman ain't doing that. Just.
Oh wow, we forgot about that.
The airplane scene at the beginning.
Even that's an issue. So the reason why he needed that person was because he used to go to the league, captured by FBI, obviously to snitch, because I guess he was building a bomb.
Yeah, and he was the only guy who could disarm it. So yeah, of course Bane wants him back.
One astrophysicist who they probably killed years ago, and he was building a bomb, nuclear bomb, and then him in the stadium, which is, I don't know, it's kind of pointless. Why kidnap them? Or do they need arm the bomb? I think they do.
Yeah, let's say that they need him to arm them. Instead of having Bane and his cronies jack the whole plane, or have the dude captured by the FBI. Let's just say this dude is like remorseful or whatever, and he's on his way to the FBI, and like Catwoman has to track him down. Yeah, Bane tells Catwoman to track him down. Yeah.
Hey, okay. You can go one of two ways. On the way to the FBI, or he's on the way to the airport. Right?
Yeah.
And then, who intercepts him? As said by
Bane. Yeah.
So you don't have, you don't have, I take that off, or you. That, as much as that was nice, just eat that much. In fact, didn't have anything. Because the government comes into play again.
Yeah.
They don't. They're just gone. The FBI gone. Because you would think Bane killed multiple, right?
Yep.
Plus some sort of higher up being the guy who was doing the interrogation.
He dropped a freaking plane out of the sky, man. Like, that's...
Exactly. It would be cause for more. It's like intervention. If anything, it would cause more and not no intervention.
Yeah.
Because he just killed like plus the one guy you had, gave the duty to find him and whatnot. I would be honest, if I'm like the FBI head, I would escalate that.
Yeah.
I would escalate it. But I don't know why they just suddenly fouled the backdrop. So we don't need the government.
Yeah.
Because they use, because in any case,
Even in the original film, when like the army sends people to find out what's going on in Gotham, that doesn't go anywhere. They get immediately caught by Bane and he kills them.
It goes no. I don't know. Like, I think the only way the government would have a very important purpose, if an importance at all, is if you were to potentially shoe hit. This is a big one. Like, this is such an ass. But if you were to shoe hit, which again can't work.
Who?
Amanda Waller.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch, man.
Exactly. So they shouldn't be there in the Dark Knight Rises.
The closest we should get to government interference is them watching the bridge and making sure no one crosses. You know, like, yeah.
That we saw. They can't get in and they can't.
Yeah, that definitely, well, this definitely wraps up that problem, yeah.
That beginning plane scene.
Yeah.
And you said it in an airport that leads to somewhere, or still currently within him going to the FBI.
Yeah.
Going to the FBI? Yeah.
Yeah, because it also adds this, like, mystery of, like, when Catwoman intercepts the guy, it's like, what? Catwoman? Like, why is she here? Like have her... Yeah, like, there's a scene in that Hail to the King short where the dude is, like, the real Mandarin wants to see you. Have her say something like that, but not like you know, have a name drop Bane, basically. Say, like, he's looking for you.
He captures, right?
Yeah.
So she captures him, he wakes up in a warehouse, and probably, you know, bound, like, in a chair, and then...
Out of the fucking shadows, we see Bane. Just, dude.
Who are you people? What do you want? And as the camera pans in, and we don't see the full review, but we see enough to know that that's Bane.
Yes.
Kind of like Steve Rogers in Infinity War, where it's like, okay, we see him, but they don't show him. He's in the shadows. He only comes out of the shadow when he first fights all things.
Yeah.
Because that would be thematic of, what is it? That infamous quote.
What? I can do this all day? What?
Yeah. The darkness one is your ally.
Oh, yeah. It's like, so you think darkness is your ally. Yeah. Shit.
Even before we see it, we know that the shadows and darkness are alive. Even before. Because he stays in them.
Yeah.
So that would be good first scene. Especially since so much would have happened. Kidnapped by Catwoman. Where is he? We don't know. But Bane is there as well.
Yeah.
Then
Then the movie just title cards, Dark Knight Rises. Like, oh shit. Like, shit's about to go down, man.
Nothing crazy is gonna happen.
Yeah.
What would the post credits scene?
The post credit scene? I don't think they had a post credit scene. They just had
not like end credits, like the beginning one, like title, and whatnot.
You mean that scene at the end where, like, the Blake character goes into the Batcave? You mean that shit? You'd have something like that happen?
No. That's a post credit. That's a post end credit, like post beginning credit.
Okay.
Post movie title, directed by. Who do we have? Like, is the opening scene? Who's the first person to be in the opening scene after the Batman title card shows up?
Well,
because that's important. That kind of makes it makes or breaks you.
Well, we kind of ended the Dark Knight with Gordon talking about how, like, the dude is a hero and how he can take it. So let's open with Gordon as he's about to, like, make that speech of his about, like, how it's been X amount of years since Harvey Dent died.
Exactly. I was just thinking about that because that's an important exposition that needs to happen somewhere. So why not just
get it out of the way? Yeah.
So you have it like, Gordon, he's in his office, he's not coming now because Loeb is dead, and he with these police people, these documents, and then news, and then it's like it's been 15 years, whatever. Typical good old exposition, like you can't beat it.
Yeah, the exposition news network. Yeah.
It's been 15 years since the Batman went into replace. cops, but the Cape Crusader but police have not been able to pass. So they basically outline the fact that we don't see much of him. So he's pretty much like Batman. You don't see him, but you know he's there.
We know he's out there. You know, like they know he's still around. And okay, so basically the news position is it's been some time since the last movie. Crime is way down. We haven't seen many sightings of Batman, but he's still out there.
He's still out there. Because of that, he has to, just they say whatever, He's a menace. He's a this.
Yeah. The cops are actively hunting him now, so yeah.
Yeah, you put the parent that as much as he was a hero in the last, there are also others who were killed if he did. Because the statue, erects it in his memorial by the cops. It wouldn't make sense to make the cop killed dead. But you can have a court of public thing going on. Some cops think he did, and some don't.
Yeah.
And with that, there's like an internal conflict, especially surrounding the first public appearance of the Bat.
Yeah. Plus,
rises.
There was that scene where he was like trying to stop the stock exchange like robbery, and suddenly all the cops, they weren't chasing the robbers anymore. They were chasing him. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and then even that was of the Batman, he's back. He's out here. So I would also still have that to be like the Batman is back. Because the have end up speaking to Bruce again, he did something about his return.
Yeah.
Maybe some sort of meeting or something. But you have to have Gordon that report or be told that the Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely works.
What do you do about Alfred?
Alfred? Oh, he's there throughout, man. He's helping Bruce get patched up. And, he's with Fox and them. After Bruce gets crippled by Bane, like, he's there, like, sheltering people at Wayne Manor. Give him more to do. Don't just have him vanish halfway through the movie. Like... Yeah.
So Alfred goes there, still helping a middle-aged master. He would be old.
Yeah.
I mean, not too old. He would simply be...
A more wrinkly Michael Caine, yeah.
Yeah, however old he was, that's old. That's how old he would be, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And...
Yeah.
Shit. How does he save the day?
Yeah, that's a problem, though, man. Like, just... Because that's why I'm asking, like, do we keep the bomb? Because... That just creates the problem of how did he survive that?
Yeah, because, dude, the last bomb was a nuclear bomb. That wasn't some regular, some regular. That was nuclear, like that.
Yeah.
So even in that movie, it didn't have a larger blast, but evidently Batman said, I don't know. Where do you take a nuclear bomb?
But the thing is, we also need Bane to have some kind of threat with which he can hold an entire city hostage.
Exactly. And what's the big threat?
A freaking nuclear bomb. It works in that regard, but like, dude.
But how does he stop a nuclear bomb? Like, that's... Damn. That's really Avengers level.
Yep.
We're gonna do a world and the Batman who's left is too like imagine Batman, he would die. He would die.
Yeah.
He did like, he would put up a good fight, but he lost like a solid 12 minutes, and then he's.
Damn. Just. Wait a minute. How did? What if we just give Bane a big ass army with which he just held the city up, straight up, just had sentries and shit, watching shit, like basically. Oh hey, remember the video games? They made Arkham. They made the city. They made Gotham into Arkham City. They made it a big ass prison. What if Bane just got a whole bunch of guards and sentries and League of Shadow people posted in places all over to stop people from leaving and stop people from getting in? Just basically turn Gotham City into a big ass prison.
And then both Blackgate and Arkham.
Yeah, just empty out Blackgate and Arkham and add those people to the League of Shadows and you've got a big fucking army.
Okay. Now, good. So now to deal with, what if someone makes the sacrifice play?
Someone else makes a sacrifice play.
Because you cannot survive. I don't. No one can survive. Like, having that, I would find it if it were survival, but it's not. It really isn't.
Okay.
Because the bomb exploded, right?
Yeah.
But he was still far away enough. He didn't cause damage to Gotham. But his helicopter, literally, like 7 meters away from the bomb, probably would be taken out.
Even if you dropped it in the sea, it would still get you. The blast would still get you.
Whatever, like, there's no way you because it's literally hanging. There's no way to survive that. There's no. So you have to have sacrifice or sacrificer in this game.
Yeah,
You have to.
I got an idea. So we have, Bruce, he's, and the third act, he's turned Damian to the good side. He's, acknowledged that, hey, there is a life beyond this. Whatever, he's made peace with Alfred and everything. His arc is done, basically. Let's have him make the sacrifice play. He flies it out and blows up, and Damian Wayne ends up taking up the mantle of Batman.
I also thought about that.
Yeah.
But I don't want Damian to.
You don't want Damian to be. You need him as Robin.
As one of the few remaining legacy members of.
Yeah.
Because if Bruce is. At the same time, though, dying is so. Because if he's dying, then it means that there's no help for Catwoman or him, right? It means that it means, and if there's no happy end, then where do you end? I don't know.
Alright. Wait a minute, because in the Dark Knight movie, Bruce faked his death, so.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Does there need to be a bomb? Let's just remove the bomb and have the final showdown be the Bat family taking on Bane. Because he's all juiced up and he's. Yeah. They gotta team up to take him down. And it seems like, they died doing it or whatever. But in the end, we don't do the whole Alfred goes to Italy, looks across the table, and it's like, oh, hey, there's Bruce. Like, that's dumb. Just like, have some way. There's one scene that was perfect. A perfect way to show that Batman is still alive. Gordon goes up to that tower. You remember that tower where they smashed the bat signal? He goes up there to just like reminisce and think about times. And he turns to see that spotlight is back. Like, he looks at it, and that's when he knows, like, they're still out there.
I'm trying to. soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Giant, prize guns, firing at millions of dollars. That would Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Now, see, the thing is, will the stakes still be as grand if
There's no
you
bomb.
only have a Gotham City insurrection? Remove the bombs.
Yeah.
And
Because
why can't the
why can't the army just swoop in? So
exact? So you will need something. Damn.
just have regular fucking bombs plastered all over the city. You know, like you remember dude had construction companies digging holes and shit? Instead of using them to trap the cops, we could have them placed in key areas everywhere. Say that they're enough to level the island, and if anyone comes near, I'll do just that.
What if they pull a?
What if they pull a
That'd be
what?
too much.
What do you mean?
Just around the city. Batman didn't do it, but a lot of what the Batman based on was I think it was the 2004 run. I think it was Gotham Knight, something like that. But that story had the Riddler, Gotham and whatnot, and basically he submerged Gotham in water for like
Yes.
months.
That we like drowned most of the city. Like, just, dude.
Exactly. That story came out in the early 2000s. Would have existed in 2012.
Yeah. So have dude threaten to drown the whole damn place.
Yeah. So the bombs aren't more about destruction, but they're for drowning Gotham.
Yeah.
But then you can have a bigger bomb, not nuclear, because nuclear,
Yeah.
it's too,
It's too much.
it's too much.
Let's have a main. I know it's cliche, but let's have like a main system controlling the bombs. That when they shut it down, okay, yeah, Gotham is saved. All the other bombs are shut down. It's cliche, but it still works. Yeah.
Exactly. It's cliche. It's what we have. Yeah, like
Yeah.
so you would still, but stopping it.
Is more possible. Like it's more believable now. You can believably stop this. Yeah.
Exactly. It's more about deactivating it
Yeah.
more than it's about it.
All right. So we got our first act, we got our second act, and we got our third act. All the characters have their assigned roles. Do we have a post-credit scene, or do we just end it here? Yeah.
Any back then, there's no point.
Yeah.
I mean, no, for the sake of it, the Avengers, they had one, and the MCU as a whole had. So yeah, you could add it. There was definitely precedent. It's not like it didn't exist.
But they didn't have them in the DC movies. The closest we got was in Batman Begins, when Gordon hands Batman that Joker card. That was the last scene of the movie. So
yeah, and that was just like foreshadowing.
yeah.
Oh,
We don't really need
no,
that though. We just need like the Bat family like seeing the signal in the sky and they're like, well, I guess it's time to go to work, and they all like rush off to do their thing. That's kind of what we need. One big happy family and their happy ending. Shit.
so now, end happy is Bruce,
Damian,
Alf,
Catwoman, Alfred, yeah.
and Talia.
Ooh, Talia is just a flashback, dude. Just there's already
There's
a
no thingy death to motivate.
oh no, she does die. Like she dies, dude. Like she dies in them flashbacks. Like it shows, like, you know, it's why dude hates his dad is because like he feels he's responsible for her death.
Yeah, but what I was for a faker
Yeah.
for the sole reason in a similar fashion, or I get rather how he became Batman. He only took it on after his parents died. She wanted to replicate by having herself motivate him, but then she's alive. And then you have that like love triangle that of course would eventually picking Selina.
Plus
But
it
after
also gives Catwoman someone to fight while Batman and Damian are battling Bane. So
one who was
yeah.
as well, because a lot of people who see in the security guards from just minimum wage people
Yeah.
are not attracted. With Talia, you have the best.
Yeah. So we've got our movie.
Yeah. What I would do, Talia, I would make her the new head of the League of Shadows, kind of like how in Shang-Chi his sister became the new head of the Ten.
Yeah.
So, in another sense, so the movie ends night. Batman's alive, the Bat together, but you also have the ending to where Talia takes the shadows.
Wait. Instead of the League of Shadows is finished. Basically, this is my pitch. The League of Shadows is done, and Talia's still out there. But instead of like showing that she's now the head of, we show that earlier on. We established have her come back reveal, I'm still alive, I'm the head of the League of Shadows, whatever. We did all this to destroy Gotham. But hear me out. In the end, after the bombs are disposed of, the Bat family does their thing. You show Talia al Ghul in a room going to have a meeting with some people. And basically have the Illuminati will see you now, but only this time it's the Court of Owls will see you now. Just...
She's been there this entire time.
Nah, man, she's going to meet with them. She's gonna, it's clear that, stopping the Batman is gonna take more than just me and the League. Let's get some real fucking backup, Court of Owls in this motherfucker.
But then, okay, the Court of Owls is a very good idea. But what I would change about that I wouldn't want to make it that Talia is still a fit League. Since the last time she was just before her own father had kicked her out, which would mean a good day 2005 and then 2016 she comes back. Then also somewhere in the middle have her thrown in jail, her Rage's orders, in being born in the pit, escaping her death. I wouldn't want Talia to be, especially since her own father, I would want her to be like an ex-pact of the League.
Yeah.
So throughout the movie, it's explicitly clear that she no more affiliation. She's but the movie ends with her, and again we get answered to where has she been.
Yeah, we get all that.
She's been with the courts.
Okay.
Now the court will set up, of course, a sequel that will never happen, but it will set up something. So Talia has been with the court since she came out, visited the pit herself after motivating Dick. And she's been with the courts, and now the movie is over. It's her and the courts discussing what to do next. And then or what's left of the League, whether or not voting it, where it becomes faction of the court, that can be added upon, the main thing being tied has been with
the courtofowls. Yeah, give them a nice moment of like, you know, it's like so now that our business with the League of Shadows is concluded, you know, like now we move on to next topic of discussion, Gotham City. Or like if you could give them a fine, I'll do it myself moment. Like we've been watching from the sidelines, now we're gonna step in. Like shit.
Yeah, that's also good because what that will imply is that it was like unknowingly like manipulated.
Yeah.
He doesn't know it. We don't. We know.
Because that's their thing. They work from behind the scenes, manipulating, you know, Gotham and all of its people. It also fits their. So, yeah. The end, motherfucker. The end right there. Give them a nice Thanos level, I'll do it myself moment with Gotham and just end.
Who do you make the be Talos?
Yes.
Or Talon.
Yeah, Talon. He's the guy, like, no, yeah. Have Ty in the court and them, and then out of the dark, we see dudes suiting up. Like, it's like, yeah, like we're going to Gotham to just, oh shit, that would be cool.
Now, who a Talon?
Yeah, that's, damn. Who would play Talon?
It doesn't have to be like anyone who's handsome, because it usually like suited up.
Yeah, he normally has a mask on.
Exactly. We'll still need to have the faith, have him speak, because even on them will be a reveal, because you have Talia speak, and we know it's the court now. We don't know who specific. And then there'll be a man who speak. The man will say something about, now let's move to phase our plan, something. Phase 2, phase 3. And he speaks. He has all evil mind, very small, like a couple seconds. He puts on his talent mask, and that is time. And the movie cuts.
Yeah. Cut to black.
That would be a movie I would watch.
Yeah, that would be a movie I'd watch. You know.
That would be a popcorn stick. Oh. What the?
Dude.
Yeah, that would.
And that has been a definitely good sesh, man. Like that, in a nutshell, a very big, multi-layered nutshell has been how we'd have loved to fix The Dark Knight Rises. Just
exactly.
Oh, dude.
Movies fixing.
Hey, movies need fixing, dog. There's plenty of them out there, dude. Just also,
yes, sir.
I wanted to share this news with you. Remember the first video I did, the Morbius thing, like, oh, this is how I'd fix Morbius and shit. I did that, and then I totally forgot about it for like a couple weeks. Dude, when I checked back, it had like 170 views. I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
Dude.
But you see, it's people will watch most things superhero.
Yeah.
You know, you've definitely got an immediate audience with the content that we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our movie I'd like to fix video for Dark Knight Rises. As always, people, I've been the Shogun, and I've been joined by my good friend Six. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. And unlike most people, we are not like sponsored by Manscaped or Raid, Shadow Legends, and so on. But we would love to be, you know, just.
Or Raycon.
Yes, please, Raycon. I could use some earphones.
Yeah, I could use some Raycon.
dude.
You heard us, Ray J.
We out here, man. You know, send your boys some free samples. You know, just damn.
Yeah.
But hey, man. You know. So
Amen.
that was that. Shit.
That was that. Fixing is.
Hey, peace out, dear listeners. Keep listening out for more episodes. And next time we'll be covering, I don't know, what's a really good movie that needs fixing, you know? Like,
A good movie or a bad movie?
what's let's go with a bad movie. Because, like, the first episode was a bad movie that needed fixing. So let's find a bad movie again. Yeah, what's a bad movie that needs fixing? Shit.
Bad movie is a challenge. Like, what about...
You think it'd be easy, you know, like, because it's a bad movie. You're just like, okay, I'm not going to do that. So just, whatever. What's a bad movie that needs fixing? Shit.
Do we go back or forward?
Hey, anyway, man, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, these are movies that need fixing. The fact that we're fixing them now is just, like, you know, a little late to the party, but we're there, you know. How about Batman and Robin?
Ooh, that one is...
Let's maybe save that for, like, next year or something, when we've gotten the groove, you know?
Yeah, I think that one really requires... That one needs like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Just sit down.
Yeah.
Where do you even start?
Yeah, where would we even start? Number one, let's not have Arnold Schwarzenegger as Freeze. Right off the bat. Just...
You sure? I mean... come on.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep Arnie. He was funny, dude.
If you
Like,
remove the... You know, it's time to freeze. Yeah. But I wouldn't say remove it.
yeah. Dude, I love that one line he has. It's so bad, dude. It's also wrong. He just comes out with this freeze ray. People look at him, he's like, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
Yeah, like it's
What?
so corny. So corny.
Oh, shit, man. Like, dude, what bad movie is there that, like... Okay, let's keep from bad movies. What about, what's a meh movie that you could fix? You know, like...
It's Black Widow.
Yeah. So, you heard it here first, folks. If you've stuck around this long, like, we're gonna make this a thing. Like, at the end of every episode, we're gonna be like, hey, next episode, we're gonna... Yeah, so next time, we're gonna do Black Widow, y'all. Be ready.
Black Widow. Oof, that's a mood.
Yeah, in preparation for the Thunderbolts, we're gonna show them how they should have had Red Guardian. We're gonna make Yelena less dumb, you know, just...
Yep. We're gonna make her like Black Widow worthy.
Dude, just...
Dude.
And as always, folks, we out here, man.